Hello, my name's Lorraine Hitchens and I run She Knows Bears, an online teddy bear site for old and new teddy bears and some of these gorgeous old toys that you can see. I'm going to tell you today a little bit about how I started and why. And let's go back now to 1959, the day I was born, 7th of April, when I was given this old chap. It was then a beautiful old white pedigree bear who I called Sooty. Sooty shared all my childhood dreams, hopes, fears, holidays, Christmases, everything. And he's grown up with me, and he is the one who is responsible for my passion for old teddy bears. As I grew, I started to collect all kinds of teddy bears. Knitted teddy bears, chocolate teddy bears, anything to do with teddy bears. I started to become very interested in the history of teddy bears, which is an exciting area to explore. And of course, as we all know, the teddy bears started in Germany with the beautiful Steiff teddy bears, like this one you can see behind me. The teddy bear got his name from America, from the Roosevelt connection. But let's also look at some of our British teddy bears, like Sooty, the pedigree bear. England became very exciting for teddy bears, especially in the 1950s and 1960s. And we have bears who came on from Sooty, like this pedigree bear, who I call Norman. You can see they are so different from the old Steiff teddy bears. Flat back, no hump, round face. England became very, very excited with their teddy bear range. When the wars broke out, England wouldn't take on any German goods, and sadly that included teddy bears. And so many more teddy bear companies opened. One of the oldest teddy bear companies, and one of my favourite teddy bear companies, was the Merrythought Company, who are still going in Ironbridge today. And they made super bears like this teddy bear. This bear also had a button in his ear. So did Chad Valley. So did many others like Bing. And Steiff, the German company, got quite upset by these buttons and took quite a few companies to court to stop this from happening. One of the most serious offenders was the German company called Bing. But we'll discuss that more fully in another video, another day. Let me go back to my childhood again and let's look at some more of the old teddy bears. Like this old fellow, who's just known as Ted. Beautiful old Merrythought Bingy bear, again from the 1950s. Another thing that really excited me growing up, and excites me even more today, is the teddy bear's story and provenance. Many, many teddy bears lose their stories through time. Many don't. Let me just show you one who has a great history too. And this is a beautiful old bear called Winston, whose original owner worked at Bletchley Park during World War II. And we all know the history of Bletchley Park and the Enigma machine. Working in such a place during World War II was very, very secret, very lonely job, and it lacked friendship. You couldn't go home and tell loved ones what you were doing. You could not even discuss what you were doing with other workers. So, can you imagine how important a teddy bear would be during those times? So this little chap's owner carried him in her bag while she worked at Bletchley Park, and I am almost certain he was of great comfort to her. Many important people also had mascot teddy bears. They started from First World War soldier teddy bears, like this old chap, through to people who sailed on board the Titanic, famous racing drivers, famous flyers, all kinds of people had teddy bear mascots, and they were very important to them. Never mind whether a teddy bear is as big as my friend Titan or as small as my little Shuko friend Pip. They're all important. I like to make my bears important and have provenance, no matter whether they're old, whether they're new, whether they're handmade, valuable, or completely insignificant in value. One of my friends is a teddy bear who I've called Mickey, who I made myself quite a few years ago now, and I dressed him up and I've taken him travelling with me. I buy him a badge wherever I go, and I take his photograph and record his history. And I think he makes a great heirloom and a great friend and a reminder of all the things I've done, places I've been to, people I've met in those places. So it's always nice to find teddy bears with provenance. Let's just go back once again to some of the manufacturers and look at the different kind of bears each manufacturer made. Let's go again to the company Merrythought. We have the very classic bears, which I've shown you, to some of the more very radical, very quirky bears, like the Cheeky Bear. And the Cheeky Bear's got a lot of story. One of the main things is, when he was first made, no one really had a name for him until he went on show at one of their trade fairs. And it is stated that the Queen Elizabeth, saw one of these bears, picked it up and said, "You're a cheeky old chap," hence the name Cheeky Bears came. Cheeky Bears are still made by Merrythought today in exactly the same way. Only you can see the difference in time. This one brings the Cheeky Bear up to our day compared to the 1960s Cheeky Bear, as you see. So many bears, so many different firms made them, so many different ways. Let's just look at one more very important bear that was made by the famous company Steiff. Not long after Steiff began, there was a very, very bad winter in Gingham. And Steiff thought, well, I wonder if we can make a bear that will keep the children warm during this very cold winter. They came up with this idea. They came up with a teddy bear who incorporated a hot water bottle in his tummy. That could be filled, put back inside the old bear, and the children could cuddle up to the bear in bed. What a great idea. Sadly, this bear called Otto is a replica of that bear. If you can find one of the originals, and there aren't many of them, they are very valuable today. When I started collecting bears, and I was older, people would often laugh because you collected bears. It was often thought of as childish, a bit wacky, until they started to fetch lots of money at auction. Some of the world's most famous bears with stories, like the Steiff teddy bear, Elliot, or Bob Henderson's bear, Teddy Girl. People didn't laugh anymore. It's become an area of great collecting, great love, worldwide. It spans all ages, both sexes, both old and young people collect teddy bears. And I hope that during my years to come, running Gino's Bears, that I will meet lots more people who collect old, new, valuable, not valuable, all kinds of teddy bears and teddy bear items, and indeed old toys, because they complement each other so well. So until we meet again, thank you for watching this video, and I welcome you to Gina's Bears in the future. Thank you very much.